The game is called Anima Gates of Memory. Welcome back, everybody. I probably started that off completely wrong, but regardless of the fact, you guys get to see this wonderful gameplay here. I did look up, there are some people that actually played this game when it came out in 2016, so like 9 years ago, so I'm behind the times and whatnot. But better late than never, because even if it's almost a decade long game now, it still has its little charm to it. As you can see, I'm ducking and dodging all these attacks, trying my best to. But in this part, you will see me try to go up against a big boss. At least you can probably skip to the very end and probably figure out which big boss I'm trying to refer to. I'm not going to put a timestamp on it, possibly. I'm not sure if I would or if I could even remember to. Like in the description of YouTube, because this will be uploaded to YouTube. Me just putting some sort of timestamp on it. Regardless, there are some mini bosses in this game. They are all formidable to a certain degree. And at certain times I was like, why am I trying to fight these bosses again? But then I just remembered, right, you have to, because you need fragments. The overall point of this game is to collect fragments and go into certain chambers. Well, I can't call them memory fragments. Yeah, memory fragments is a better compound word for them. You have to collect memory fragments, take them to a altar, as you've seen in probably part 1, and defeat a certain big boss at that area. Now, the big boss of the area that you'll see towards the end that I have to face, I am under leveled. Yes, I am under leveled, and you will see him most likely mop me. I will have to level up. Leveling up in this game, honestly, is slow paced, in my opinion. It's slow paced, and it can be a bit annoying because of how to progress. There's no XP bar anywhere. Even when I went into the pause menu to like do the skills and everything, I didn't see an experience, so it can tell me how much more experience I need to do in order to level up. So I'm guessing in a way it's slow paced, but at the same time, this area that I'm in, folklore, it's actually a good training ground for me to actually gain some XP to level up at least fairly quickly.
We want to pass through. We need to find those things and destroy them.
They can't be far from here. I can feel them.
Good girl! You really are doing your homework. You may be able to control my powers better than I thought.
Shut up.
Very, very feisty, isn't she? The bear is really a feisty woman, to say the least. But like I said, she too has her unique charm in this game. Ergo, honestly, is just like, you know, just I don't even know if I can call him a pervert. Yeah, this is one of the mini bosses that I was referring to, that I have to fight and everything. It involves a lot of movement, I would say. So just duck and dodge and watch out for the big attack. You'll see it eventually doing a big attack. It doesn't matter with some, at least for the time being, if you use Ergo or the bear right here. So it's not light or dark based, so you can use whomever you feel comfortable with and just strike when you feel the need. Like an opening right there, strike it. Don't try to do too much, because if you try to do too much with this mini boss fight, you'll definitely lose. And plus, like I said, I do hate stamina systems in certain video games, because it just don't feel like it fits within a video game. Like, have you ever played a video game that actually has a mechanic that doesn't feel as if it needs to be in that game? Because this is one of them with that stamina bar. Many games nowadays have stamina bars, or what they like to call them. It starts with a P. I'll just spontaneously say it. A poise bar. You know, like in Sekiro, you have to break the guard and everything. You have to poise the enemy just so you can deliver a devastating attack. Yeah, I don't think that this game needs one of those stamina bars. Just let me freely attack the enemy, land a bunch of combos, and then if it manages to like parry me or block me itself, then yeah, I deserve to get hit. Another game that I will be playing, or I probably already played, and I will have to praise this game. Sorry, you guys will see this in 2026. This game came out last year in 2025, and I am doing a voiceover in the year 2025. The first Berserker, Kazan. I have to praise that game. That game really, in my opinion, it really deserves Game of the Year for the time being, because one, it is soul based, and another thing I can praise it for is that when enemies attack, they lose stamina too, so it makes it a little bit easier so that you can actually defeat the enemy. No other Souls game that I can think of literally has done that just yet. So Souls-like games, take note. You can probably learn a thing or two if you just do that, implement that into your games. But back to this game. This game is not in no way, shape, or form a Souls-like game. If anything, this game reminds me of that PlayStation 3 classic that I will be bringing back sooner rather than later, Folklore. Funny enough that we're actually in this little area is called Folklore. Yeah, so if you remember Folklore, it's a traditional, well, not traditional, but it's an action RPG game somewhat similar to this, except for it takes place. The game came out in 2007. I believe it came out in 2007. Between 06 and 08, the game came out. The game released on PlayStation 3 exclusively. It has no trophy system. If this game were to get
green pastures spread between beautiful mountains. Just a few hours ago, he had left the mansion, and all that he saw only increased his attraction to the wondrous outside world. But his greatest surprise was to discover he wasn't alone. There weren't normal people like he expected, but fantastic creatures swarming everywhere, the same kinds which appeared in the tales he read in his library. Both horrible monsters and wonderful beings observed the little one with fascination, and to his surprise, tried to help him. Soon, a legion of creatures began to follow Johnathan, as if they had never seen someone like him before. From them, Johnathan found out that they were in a place called Folklore, the back of a huge creature of vast proportions. The world was changing, and the fantasy was dying. The last fairy tales had taken refuge there, trying to accumulate enough power to survive. But none of them knew why Johnathan was there. In order to find answers, the creatures advised the child to travel to the heart of the mountain, where the Lord of Fantasy was. Johnathan thought it was a great idea.
Sorry, that was important dialogue, so I had to cut myself off. If that game that I was just talking about, Folklore, ever get like a remaster to current console, it would definitely sell in my opinion. I'll definitely pick up the game itself, because you can't get it on the PlayStation digital market anymore. This is another mini boss right here. You can't get it on the PlayStation Network, and you can only get the disc copy, and the disc copy itself is expensive. Literally, I managed to keep my old copy of the game, thank God, and I can, if I wanted to, I could probably resell it for like probably like $100, because really the game is not that common, at least not anymore, and it's really one of those lost great classics, I would say. But this fight right here is simple. It's the other deity totem that actually gave me problems to a certain degree, because its attack was all over the place. Dang, that was actually a nice little finish. He hit me, I hit him with a energy wave. So the most that you'll see in this part is me wandering around trying to figure out what to do next. I do end up finding what to do next, and those little fragments that you'll hear dialogue coming from, those lead to the shrine that I was referring to, that I have to go to in order to fight the big boss. The big boss being, I'm not going to say for this one, is just a small part of what's to come overall for this game. That much I will say. But when we get to that area, I'll most likely be back because I just want you guys to enjoy some raw footage. And at the same time, there's not, see this with the whole eye beam, the demon totem. That with the little third eye beam literally kinda in a way pisses me off. But most of these bosses are simplistic. I know that it hit a whole like 360 just to hit me. So that's pretty cool. It reminds me of the statue of either Indra or Ashra. Yeah, that's what these two totems remind me of. Indra, Ashra type ordeal things. I got that vibe from it. Wait a second. Hold up, I need to go see if I can fight another enemy. Again, this is just a voiceover that I'm doing, but I need to see something because I just seen something at the top right of my screen in order to confirm my hypothesis. I probably said that completely wrong, and I'm probably stumbling over my words right now because I'm thinking too hard. Because I'm thinking that when I do defeat an enemy, I do get some sort of up at the top right corner XP being shown that I earned from that enemy. Again, I just need to go find and defeat another enemy. But right now, this is a memory fragment.
The heart of the mountain was floating in front of him. That huge rock contained folklore's core, a place where the real and the unreal were two sides of the same coin. It was the center of fantasy itself, and to his surprise, the heart spoke. It told him the tale of a crossbred child, half human and half fairy tale. His mother was the greatest witch of her time, the only mortal that the fantasy loved above any other. But a child born of such a union was something that should not exist. His birth would destroy his mother, and fantasy didn't want to lose the woman he loved. The witch understood what was going to happen, and ran away to ensure that the child she was carrying didn't suffer any damage, even if that meant her own demise. She built a great mansion and filled it with soulless homunculi to serve the boy when she was gone. That place was separated from the world, away from fantasy. If she managed to keep the little one there until he became an adult, his supernatural legacy would be erased, and he could be normal. After all, only kids dream. What a story, Johnathan lied to himself, without realizing that he had started to cry.
More dialogue. Did not want to speak over it. Is main and important, so hopefully you was following along and whatnot, listening. I normally, when I do play certain games or some games, I normally go back and pause and actually read what I need to read in order to understand more of the game. Now, back to what I was thinking. I need for one of the enemies to spawn real quick so I can confirm something. Because like I said, I think, because I never paid attention that much to detail on this game, but I believe that if I were to like defeat an enemy, the XP or whatever would go up at the top right of the screen, and that indicates that I actually earned XP and how much I earned. Yep, confirmed right there. So I gained 15 XP points for a total of 7,987 XP slash. Yeah, okay, that actually somewhat makes sense. So it does say how much XP I earned from these minor characters, compared to bigger characters, which will earn me a lot more XP. At least it's good to know now. But this is basically like one of those survive long enough and you actually get like a big reward. The only thing that pissed me off is these again. These totems. Yeah, these totems really just piss me off again.
This place. This is part of the messenger. Everything here resonates with his fragments of memories. We can use it to reach him.
Yes, but we will need at least 3 to summon him. 2 more. 1 more.
Hail and well met! Had I known thy arrival would be so swift, I would have prepared us some tea. Whither art mine manners?
Kappel. I've heard about you. I know who you are.
Thou flatterest me. But please, calleth me Johnathan. I hath also heard about ye, the legendary Ergo Mundus, and its beauteous nameless owner. Thou art even lovelier than they hath said.
Are you behind all of this? You created Arcane?
My most humble apologies. I fear thou art mistaken. I have been invited hither the same as thee.
You are one of the most powerful known entities, Johnathan. You expect me to believe you're here by chance?
This place hath calleth me. I heard its voice, and hither I am.
Get out of here, Johnathan. I have seen part of your life. I don't want to be forced to destroy you.
Oh, come on. Are you serious?
Thine offer is much appreciated. However, 'tis futile. Not only can thy power not penetrate mine defenses, in truth, I needeth the book thou art carrying.
Is this some kind of joke?
This place doth offer me power. Power to do what I wish. In exchange, I needeth thee to cease to exist, Sir Ergo. I shall hence obtain the advantage I require to best the others. Verily, some of us art terrifying.
What do you mean?
It matters not. Alas, milady, I have given thee a chance. Ah, what a joyously festive event awaits!
And as you can see, yes, the big boss for this stage right here is none other than Johnathan Kappel. Hopefully I actually said the name right. Yes, he is the big boss that I have to face because I gather up his memory fragments. So I have to defeat him in order to advance the game. But right now, as you'll soon see, he's overpowered. He's OP. Yeah, see all these string of attacks? I'm gonna have to figure out his pattern in order to defeat him. You'll see in a couple minutes me just getting defeated by him. I promise you. But as usual, if you enjoy the content, leave a like and comment down below. Follow me on my other social links. I will be back when I'm actually powerful enough to actually fight this thing. I don't know how to describe him because I'm doing no damage to him, as you can see. Till then, see y'all next time.